We often hear the political left talk about guns and racism as if the Second Amendment is somehow responsible for racism. When we look at urban districts with the majority population being black, we recognize a couple things that should be obvious to everyone. Number one, gun restrictions in these areas are on steroids. Democrats make it nearly impossible for city residents to legally defend themselves with firearms. This isn't a problem caused by the Second Amendment. This is a problem caused by bureaucrats in spite of the Second Amendment. Number two, of course, these are the areas with the highest rate of crime. What else would you expect when you disarm good citizens in some of the most highly populated areas of the country? It's dishonest for gun-grabbing politicians to pretend that they don't know this. The truth is, they know exactly what they're doing. They know they're disarming black people. They've been doing it for over 200 years. Why would they stop now? Under a Democrat governor, the state of Alabama even denied Martin Luther King Jr. a handgun license. This after King's house was bombed. The irony of this whole thing is that the media will protect Democrats and cover up their blatant racism by spreading disinformation about gun laws and a manufactured epidemic of so-called white supremacy. A very common tactic of doing exactly what you're blaming your political opponents of doing. Recently, we told you about the anti-gun propaganda group Everytown for Gun Safety, pushing more of this racist propaganda at their annual event, Gun Sense University, which really should be called Anti-Gun Nonsense University, because it was nothing more than an indoctrination camp for irrationally fearful, politically angry, race-baiting gun grabbers. So why are the political left and their lobbying groups still intent on keeping black folks unarmed and helpless? How do they benefit from this? That's a question you really should think about. African-American journalist Ida Wells, who is known for documenting many of the lynchings throughout the 19th century, said, "The only time blacks actually escaped the lynch mobs was when they had a gun and used it in self-defense." Yet Democrats insist on disarming blacks and brainwashing their supporters into thinking that this is actually a good thing, and it's the other guys who are racist. Although the political left will use racism to benefit them politically, they hate the fact that Dr. King and many other African Americans during the civil rights era were pro-gun. The conflict of interest occurs when they pretend to fight for the rights of black people in America while pushing laws that prevent them from owning guns. They want to appear virtuous while making sure they keep people dependent and control their votes. Adam Winkler said, "America's most horrific racist organization, the Ku Klux Klan, began with gun control at the very top of its agenda. The KKK and slavery both have their roots in the Democratic Party. Gun control was used to keep blacks disarmed when they were slaves and again after the Civil War with the enactment of the Black Codes. Regardless of the persona they project in the media or the propaganda they spew through their lobbyists, Democrats are still playing the same game. At Gun Owners of America and Gun Owners Foundation, we're defending the Second Amendment for everyone." Thanks for watching Bullet Points. I'm Dan Wos for Gun Owners Foundation. You can find more Second Amendment content and updates at gunowners.com.